At my brother's wedding, my parents demanded I hand over the vacation villa my in-laws gave me. I said no. My brother burst into tears. I want it no matter what. My father whispered, "It's yours, don't worry." Then my mother's hands were suddenly around my neck. I woke up in the ER to my brother's post. Best house ever, with photos inside my vacation villa. Seconds later, my wife called, "Where are you? And why is he there?" Trembling, I told her everything. She went silent, then said 3 words, "I'm coming there." The nurse told me I'd been unconscious for 6 hours. My mother had choked me so hard I'd passed out and hit my head on the stone terrace. A waiter found me in the dark. My parents told everyone I'd been drinking and fell. They left for the hotel before the ambulance even arrived. 2 hours later, Rena walked into my hospital room with her parents and a lawyer. Her face was pale, but her eyes were fire. The lawyer pulled up my brother's Instagram. Xander had posted 12 photos from inside our villa, sitting on our couch, cooking in our kitchen, sleeping in our bed with Haley. The caption read, "Parents came through with the ultimate wedding gift. Thanks, big bro, for being so generous." I felt sick. How did he even get in? "Your wallet was missing when the paramedics found you," Rena said quietly. "He took your keys while you were unconscious." The lawyer leaned forward. "Your mother-in-law took screenshots before he could delete them. Breaking and entering. Assault with witnesses. Identity theft. He's posting evidence in real time." He smiled. "I've never had a case this easy." My phone started buzzing. 37 missed calls from my mother. I played the voicemails on speaker. "Callum, you need to drop this right now. Xander made a mistake, but you're going to ruin his life over a house. He's your brother. Family forgives." And my father's voice harder. "If you press charges, you're dead to us. Dead. Think about what you're doing." Rena grabbed my phone. "Good. We don't want you speaking to us." The lawyer filed everything that night. The police went to the villa the next morning. Xander answered the door in my bathrobe, drinking my coffee. He actually argued with them, said I'd given him permission. The officer asked for proof. Xander showed them text messages, but they were all to me, not from me. He'd been texting himself from my phone after he stole it. They arrested him on the spot. Haley was screaming in the background about her honeymoon being ruined. My parents showed up at the hospital that afternoon. Security had to remove them. My mother was hysterical, calling me evil, saying I was destroying the family. My father just stood there and said, "You'll regret this." The court date was 3 weeks later. My parents hired the most expensive lawyer they could find and emptied their retirement fund. Then our lawyer played the security footage from the villa. My father-in-law had installed cameras after we told them about my family. The footage showed Xander and Haley laughing as they moved our furniture. Haley saying, "Can you believe they just gave this to us? Your parents are geniuses." Xander responding, "Callum was always the stupid one. He'll probably just accept it like he always does." The prosecutor added 5 more charges. My mother made a scene in court, started screaming that I was her son. How could I do this? The judge told her to sit down or he'd hold her in contempt. She kept screaming. They removed her from the courtroom. The judge looked at Xander, at the evidence, at the photos he'd posted like trophies. 18 months in county jail. Xander's face went white. Haley started crying. My father didn't look at me as they led Xander away in handcuffs. Outside the courthouse, my parents were waiting. My mother rushed at me, but Rena's father stepped between us. "Touch him again and I'll have you arrested." My father's face was stone. A car pulled up and my younger sister got out, home from college. She walked straight to me and slapped me hard. "They told me everything you did. How could you destroy our family?" Her eyes were red from crying. Then she saw Xander being led away in handcuffs and froze. She turned to my mother, confused. "You said he was already in jail. Why did you show me those fake bruises?" My sister's voice cracked on the last word. She was staring at Xander stumbling in his orange jumpsuit as 2 officers guided him toward the transport van. Her hand was still raised from where she'd hit me, like she forgot it was there. "Mom," she said again, louder this time. "Why is he being arrested right now if you told me he's been locked up for 2 weeks? My mother's mouth opened, but nothing came out. She just stood there with her hand halfway to my sister's shoulder, frozen like someone pressed pause on her. My father moved first. He grabbed my sister's arm hard enough that she gasped and tried to pull her toward their car. "Get in the car, Jade. Now!" "No!" Jade ripped her arm free and stumbled back a step. Her eyes were wild, darting between our parents and Xander's retreating figure. "Show me the bruises. Right now. Show me the photos you sent me of what Callum did to him." Our mother's face did something I'd never seen before. It crumpled and rebuilt itself in the span of a second, like she was cycling through which expression would work best. She landed on confused and hurt. "Sweetheart, you're upset. You don't know what you're saying. I know exactly what I'm saying." Jade's voice was getting louder. People in the courthouse parking lot were starting to stare. "You sent me 12 photos of Xander's face all bruised and swollen. You said Callum attacked him at the reception because he was jealous. You said Xander was in jail because he fought back in self-defense and that Callum was trying to press charges to cover it up. I felt Rena's hand tighten on mine. The lawyer was already pulling out his tablet. Jade, our father said in his courtroom voice, the one he used when he wanted to sound reasonable and in control. You're confused. The stress of exams has you mixed up. We never said, you texted me the photos, Jade interrupted. January 8th at 11:47 p.m. I was studying for my biochem final and you said I needed to see what my brother had become, that Callum was dangerous, and I needed to come home immediately to help protect Xander from him pressing charges. Our mother lunged forward and grabbed Jade's phone out of her hand. Jade yelped and tried to grab it back, but our father blocked her, putting himself between them like a wall. That's enough, he said. You're making a scene. Get in the car or we're leaving without you. But Rena's father was already there, moving faster than I'd ever seen him move. He stepped between Jade and our parents, and when he spoke, his voice was quiet, but it made my father take a step back. Give her the phone. This is a family matter, my father said. You assaulted my son-in-law and your son committed multiple felonies, including stealing from him while he was unconscious. Rena's father smiled, but there was nothing friendly in it. Nothing about your family is private anymore. My mother was clutching Jade's phone to her chest like it was a life preserver. Her eyes were darting around, looking for an escape route. The lawyer walked up and held out his tablet to Jade. Is this what you're looking for? Jade took it with shaking hands. I watched her face as she swiped through the security footage. The timestamp in the corner read 2 days after the wedding. Xander and Haley walking through the villa's front door like they owned it. Xander tossing my keys on the counter. Haley opening the fridge and pulling out the expensive wine Rena's parents had stocked for us. The audio was on. Haley's voice came through tinny but clear. Oh my God, babe. This place is insane. Your parents are actual geniuses. Xander laughed. Callum was always the stupid one. He'll probably just accept it like he always does. He's too worried about keeping the peace to actually fight back. Jade's face had gone completely white. She kept watching. Xander and Haley moving our furniture around. Haley holding up Rena's favorite throw blanket and saying, "Ew, we're definitely replacing this." Xander in our bedroom, sprawled across our bed, taking a selfie with the ocean view behind him. Jade looked up at our mother. Her voice came out flat and dead. Were the bruises photoshopped? Our mother's face crumpled again, but this time she couldn't rebuild it fast enough. I did what I had to do to protect your brother. The tablet slipped from Jade's hands. The lawyer caught it smoothly. Jade bent over and threw up right there on the courthouse steps, her whole body heaving. Our mother tried to rush forward, but Rena blocked her. "Don't," Rena said. "Don't you dare touch her." Jade straightened up, wiping her mouth with the back of her hand. She was crying now, huge gasping sobs that shook her whole frame. She looked at me, and I saw the exact moment she understood everything. "I slapped you," she whispered. "You were the victim, and I slapped you." I didn't know what to say to that. My face still stung from where her hand had connected, but looking at her now, watching her whole world rearrange itself, I just felt tired. "You didn't know," I said. "I should have." Jade's voice broke. "I should have questioned it. I should have called you. I should have." "You were their weapon," I said, "not their accomplice. There's a difference." Our mother was still trying to get past Rena, making these horrible wounded animal sounds. Our father had gone completely still, his face blank like someone had wiped it clean. Jade looked at them both like she was seeing strangers. Then she turned to me. "Can I stay with you? Just for tonight? I can't go back there." "Yeah," I said. "Of course." She only had her purse and her phone, which our mother was still clutching. Rena's father plucked it from our mother's hand so fast she didn't have time to react and handed it back to Jade. "We'll buy you whatever you need," Rena told her. "Let's just go." The ride back to the villa was silent except for Jade's crying. She sat in the back seat and stared out the window, her arms wrapped around herself. When we pulled up, she looked at the house like she was seeing it for the first time. "This is beautiful," she said quietly. "No wonder they wanted it." Inside, Rena made tea while I showed Jade the guest room. She sat on the edge of the bed and just stared at her hands. "They used me," she said. "They knew I'd believe them because I always believe them. They knew I'd be upset enough to fly home and confront you. They probably thought I'd make you drop the charges." "Probably," I agreed. Jade looked up at me. "Do you hate me?" "No, I hit you. You were manipulated," I said. "They showed you fake evidence and told you I'd hurt Xander. What were you supposed to think?" "I was supposed to call you," Jade said. "I was supposed to ask your side before I flew across the country to scream at you." She put her face in her hands. "God, I'm so stupid." "You're not stupid." I sat down next to her. "They've had your whole life to figure out how to control you. They know exactly what buttons to push." Jade was quiet for a long time. Then she said, "I helped them hurt you." "Yeah," I said. "You did." She flinched like I'd hit her back, but I wasn't trying to be cruel. She needed to hear it without me sugarcoating it. "But," I continued. You didn't know what you were doing, and now you do. So what happens next is up to you. Jade nodded slowly. She pulled out her phone and started scrolling through her messages with our mother. I watched her face change as she read them with new eyes, seeing the manipulation in every word. She's been doing this for months, Jade whispered. Every time I mentioned coming home for a weekend, she'd say, Xander really needs his sister right now, or your father's been so stressed about work. It would mean so much if you came home. She made me feel guilty for being at school. That's what she does, I said. Makes you feel like you're failing her by having your own life. Jade kept scrolling. Then she stopped on something and her breath caught. What? I asked. She turned the phone toward me. It was a text conversation from December, a month before the wedding. Our mother asking Jade about her finals schedule, what time her last exam was, when she'd be flying home for winter break. And then, buried in the middle. Also, sweetheart, I need you to leave your phone unlocked while you're here. I want to put some photos on it from Thanksgiving, the good ones Aunt Kelly took. I felt cold. She accessed your phone. Jade nodded. She was here for 4 days over Christmas. I left my phone on the kitchen counter most of the time because I was helping her cook. She could have done anything. Let me see, I said. Jade handed me the phone and I started going through her messages. It didn't take long to find them. Texts Jade supposedly sent to our mother that she had no memory of writing. I miss you so much. I wish I was home instead of at this stupid school. And worse, sometimes I think Callum looks down on us because he married into money. He's changed so much since he met Rena. I never wrote those, Jade said. I swear I never. I know, I said. But look at the timestamps. All sent between 2 and 4 a.m. when you would have been asleep. Oh my God. Jade grabbed the phone back and started screenshotting everything. She what? Texted herself from my phone to make it look like I was unhappy? To make it look like I resented you? Probably building a narrative, I said. So when she needed you to believe I was the bad guy, you'd already have months of fake evidence that I'd turned into someone else. That's insane. Jade was breathing hard, like she'd been running. That's actually insane. Yeah, I agreed. We sat there for a while, not talking. Downstairs, I could hear Rena and her parents talking in low voices. Jade's phone kept buzzing with incoming texts. She glanced at it and then turned it face down. Mom? I asked. 37 messages in the last 10 minutes. Jade flipped the phone over and we both looked at the screen. The messages were getting increasingly frantic. Jade, please answer me. I know you're upset, but I can explain everything. Callum has turned you against your own family. You don't understand what I've been going through. Your brother needed protecting and you're abandoning him. How can you do this to me? I'm your mother. After everything I've sacrificed for you. Answer me. Jade blocked the number without reading the rest. Then she blocked our father too. Then she opened her laptop and started going through her email, her cloud storage, every account she had, looking for what else they might have accessed or fabricated. By midnight, she had 2 suitcases worth of clothes Rena had picked up from a 24-hour store, and she'd changed every password she had. She was sitting on the guest room floor surrounded by printed screenshots, building a timeline of every manipulated conversation she could find. There's more, she said, not looking up from her laptop. In November, she told me Xander was depressed, and I should text him more. I thought I was being a good sister. But look, she turned the laptop toward me. Her text thread with Xander. Except half of Jade's messages were things she'd never written. Supportive stuff, asking how he was doing, telling him she was proud of him. And Xander's responses were all short and normal, like he was texting with his actual sister and had no idea half the conversation was fabricated. She was pretending to be you, I said, to keep Xander thinking you two were close so he wouldn't question it when you suddenly flew home to defend him. Jade closed the laptop. I'm never going back there. Good, I said. She looked at me. I mean it. I don't care if she shows up at school. I don't care if Dad threatens to cut me off. I'm done. Okay, I said. I'm serious, Callum. I know you probably think I'll forgive them in a few weeks, but I won't. What they did to you, what they did to me, using me like that. I believe you, I interrupted. You don't have to convince me. Jade nodded. She looked exhausted. Can I sleep here tonight? I know you probably want me gone, but Jade. I waited until she looked at me. This is your home now too, for as long as you need it. She started crying again. Not the gasping sobs from earlier, just quiet tears running down her face while she nodded and whispered thank you over and over. I left her there and went downstairs. Rena was sitting on the couch with her mom, both of them looking at something on a tablet. When she saw me, she got up and wrapped her arms around my waist, pressing her face into my chest. How is she asked. Processing, I said. Finding out your whole family is a lie takes time. Her dad looked up from his phone. We're staying tonight, in case your parents try anything. You don't have to do that, I started, but he cut me off. Yes, he said firmly. We do. At 2:17 a.m., I woke up to pounding on the front door. Rena was already awake beside me, her hand on my arm. Downstairs, I could hear her father moving around. The pounding got louder, more frantic. Jade! My mother's voice screamed through the door. Jade, baby, please! I know you're in there. I just want to talk to you. I got up and looked out the bedroom window. My parents' car was in the driveway, headlights still on, driver's door hanging open like they'd arrived in a hurry. My mother was at the front door, still in her clothes from the courthouse, pounding with both fists. Jade's door opened and she came out, her face pale. The pounding stopped for a second, then started again, harder. Jade, open this door. Rena's father was already downstairs. I could see him through the window, standing in the living room with his phone out. He looked up at us and shook his head. Don't go down. But Jade was already moving, walking down the stairs like she was in a trance. I followed her, Rena right behind me. Jade reached the front door and stopped with her hand on the handle. You don't have to, I said quietly. Yes, Jade said. I do. She opened the door and our mother stumbled forward, arms outstretched like she was going to hug Jade. But Jade stepped back and our mother just stood there in the doorway, hands hanging in the air. Baby, our mother said, and her voice was so soft and broken it almost sounded genuine. I know you're confused. I know Callum has been telling you things, but I can explain everything if you just come home with me. You lied to me, Jade said. Her voice was steady. You fabricated text messages. You photoshopped images of Xander to make me think Callum hurt him. Our mother's eyes filled with tears. I was trying to protect your brother. From what? From the consequences of stealing someone else's house? He made a mistake, our mother said. Brothers forgive each other. Families work things out. But Callum, she turned to look at me, and her face hardened. He's always been vindictive, always had to punish people for the smallest things. He was unconscious, Jade said. Xander stole his keys while he was unconscious from you choking him. I did not choke him, my mother snapped. He fell. He was drunk and he fell. The waiter found him in the dark and there were finger marks on his throat, Jade said. I read the police report. You want to keep lying or you want to try something new? Our mother's mouth opened and closed. My father appeared behind her, grabbing her arm. Enough, he said. Jade, you're upset. You're not thinking clearly. Callum has always been jealous of Xander and now he's turned you against us too. We raised you better than this. You raised me to believe whatever you told me, Jade said. And then you used that against me. You made me slap him. She pointed at me, while he was the victim. Do you understand that? I helped you hurt him. Our mother reached for Jade, but Jade shoved her, hard enough that she stumbled backward into our father. For a second, our mother just stood there, shocked, like she couldn't process what had just happened. Don't touch me, Jade said. Our father's face went dark. You will not speak to your mother that way. I'll speak to her however I want, Jade said. You lost the right to tell me what to do when you turned me into your weapon. Our mother started crying, these loud theatrical sobs. Jade, please, I'm your mother. I love you. I only did what I thought was right. You made me hit him, Jade said again. You knew I would believe you because I always believe you. You knew exactly what you were doing. I was protecting our family, our mother wailed. No, Jade said. You were protecting Xander from his own choices, and you were willing to destroy me and Callum to do it. Our father grabbed our mother's arm and started pulling her toward the car. You're going to regret this, he said over his shoulder. Both of you. You'll come crawling back and we won't be there. Good, Jade said, and slammed the door. She stood there for a second, breathing hard, her hand still on the doorknob. Then she turned and slid down the door until she was sitting on the floor, her knees pulled up to her chest. I'm sorry, she whispered. I'm so sorry. I know, I said. Rena sat down next to her and put an arm around her shoulders. Jade leaned into her and just breathed. We didn't sleep the rest of the night. Jade sat in the kitchen going through every photo on her phone, every saved message, looking for more fabrications. Rena made coffee. Her parents took turns checking the security cameras to make sure our parents didn't come back. At 6 a.m., Jade's phone started buzzing. Not our parents this time. Her friends, her roommate, people from her study group, all saying the same thing. Are you okay? Your mom posted that you're having a breakdown. Jade opened Instagram and there it was. Our mother's post from 20 minutes ago. A photo of Jade from Christmas, smiling in front of the tree with a caption that made my stomach turn. Please keep my daughter in your thoughts. She's going through a very difficult time and has cut off contact with her family. We're worried about her mental health. If you see her or hear from her, please let us know. We just want to bring our baby home safe. Hashtag mental health matters. Pray for Jade. What the hell? Jade breathed. The comments were already rolling in. People Jade knew from school, from home, from summer jobs, all sending prayers and asking what happened. And our mother was responding to every single one, painting herself as the concerned parent desperately trying to reach her troubled daughter. She's out of her mind, Rena said, reading over Jade's shoulder. No, Jade said slowly. She's smart. She's controlling the narrative before I can. Jade opened her messages and started going through them. Text conversations she didn't remember having. Her friends asking if she was okay, and Jade apparently responding that she was fine, just stressed about school, nothing to worry about. When? Jade whispered. She scrolled back through the dates. These are from last week, from 3 days ago, from yesterday. Your phone, I said. She still has access to your phone. But I changed all my passwords, Jade said. How could she? Cloud backup. Rena's father said. If she set up a linked device at Christmas, changing your passwords won't kick her off immediately. You have to manually remove authorized devices. Jade's hands were shaking as she went into her settings. There it was, a second device authorized on her iCloud account. Mom's iPad, added December 23rd. She's been reading everything, Jade said. Every text I've sent for 2 months. Every email. Every photo. Jade removed the device and then sat there staring at her phone like it had betrayed her. Then she opened Facebook and typed out a post. Her hands were steady now, her face calm. Since my mother has decided to make this public, I'm fine. I'm safe. I'm staying with my brother after discovering that my parents fabricated evidence to manipulate me into defending my other brother, who is currently serving 18 months for breaking into my brother's home, stealing his property, and posting about it on social media. My mother has been accessing my phone without permission and sending messages pretending to be me. I'm not having a breakdown. I'm having a breakthrough. Please stop contacting my parents about me. I don't want to be found. She hit post before I could say anything. Within seconds, people started commenting, some supportive, some confused, some clearly thinking this was the breakdown our mother had warned them about. Jade posted the security footage next, the full video of Xander and Haley laughing in our villa, rearranging our furniture, talking about how stupid I was. She captioned it, "This is what my parents wanted me to help them cover up. This is why my brother is in jail. Not because my other brother is vindictive, but because this one is a thief." The comments shifted. People started asking questions. Jade posted screenshots of the fake text messages, the manipulated conversations, the timestamps showing they were sent while she was asleep. She posted the fake bruise photos our mother had sent her, side by side with photos of Xander from the same day looking perfectly fine. By 8 a.m., it had been shared 200 times. By noon, over 1,000. People Jade had gone to high school with were commenting with their own stories about our parents. Small manipulations they'd witnessed over the years. Times our mother had twisted situations to make herself look like the victim. Patterns none of them had connected until now. And then our mother responded. A long post about how heartbroken she was, how Callum had manipulated both her children, how she'd only ever tried to hold the family together. She included screenshots too, the fake texts she'd created, presented as proof that Jade had been struggling for months before this breakdown. Messages where Jade supposedly confided that I was controlling, that Rena's family looked down on us, that she felt trapped at school. The comments on that post were different. People from our parents' church, their neighborhood, their social circles, all rallying around our mother, saying they'd always known I was troubled, that Rena had changed me, that Jade was clearly being manipulated. Our extended family split down the middle. Half believed our mother's version, half believed Jade's. The family group chat exploded into a war zone. Cousins, aunts, uncles all taking sides. My aunt posted the security footage to the family chat and asked anyone defending Xander to explain the video. My uncle responded that the video was edited. No proof, just that it must have been edited because Xander wouldn't do something like that. Jade turned off her phone. "I can't," she said. "I can't watch this anymore." But she kept getting notifications on her laptop. Her professors had seen the posts. 3 of them emailed asking if she was all right and if she needed an extension on any assignments. One email stood out, from her academic advisor. "Jade, I received a concerning call this morning from someone claiming to be your mother. She said you're experiencing a mental health crisis and asked me to monitor your behavior and contact her if I notice any changes. I wanted to reach out to you directly before taking any action. Please let me know if you're safe and if there's anything the university can do to support you." "She's calling my school," Jade said. "She's trying to make them think I'm unstable." Rena handed Jade her phone. "Call the advisor back, right now. Tell them exactly what's happening." Jade made the call. I could only hear her side, but it was clear the advisor believed her, especially when Jade sent over the evidence. The fabricated texts, the fake bruises, the security footage. 20 minutes later, the advisor called back and said they'd noted in Jade's file that her mother was not authorized to receive any information about Jade's academic or personal status, and that if she called again, they'd refer her to campus security. But the damage was spreading. Our mother was texting Jade's friends directly, people whose numbers she'd gotten from Jade's phone before Jade locked her out, telling them Jade was in danger, that I was isolating her, that Rena's family was controlling the situation. Jade's roommate called. "Jade, what the hell is going on? Your mom just texted me saying you're being held at your brother's house against your will." "I'm not," Jade said. "I'm here because I want to be here." "She showed me screenshots," her roommate said, "of you texting her saying you're scared and don't know how to leave. Those are fake," Jade said. "I swear to God, those are fake. My mom has been creating fake conversations for months. I can prove it." Her roommate was quiet for a second. Then, "Yeah, I kind of figured." The texts looked off. Your mom types in full sentences with proper punctuation, and the screenshots had like 3 typos in 2 sentences. "That's not how you text." Jade laughed, this slightly hysterical sound. "Thank you. Thank you for actually thinking about it instead of just believing her." "Are you okay, though?" her roommate asked. "Like, actually okay?" "No," Jade said. but I will be. She hung up and immediately got a notification. Someone had created a fake account using her photos. The account was posting long, rambling messages about how I'd brainwashed her, how she missed her family, how someone needed to rescue her. The account was tagging all her friends, her professors, her study group. Oh my God, Jade breathed. She won't stop. She's actually not going to stop. Rena's father was already calling the lawyer. Harassment, defamation, identity theft. The lawyer said he could file restraining order paperwork by tomorrow and have it pushed through quickly given the circumstances. But that night, someone threw a brick through the villa's front window. It came through around 10 p.m., exploding glass across the living room floor. Attached to the brick with duct tape was a note in handwriting I didn't recognize. "You destroyed our family." We called the police. They came, took the report, collected the note. The officer looked at the security footage, but the person was wearing a hood and kept their face down, like they knew where the cameras were. "Could be anyone," the officer said. "Any idea who might want to send a message? Besides my entire family?" I asked. The officer looked uncomfortable. "Yeah, besides them. We had the window boarded up that night. Rena's father hired a security company to install additional cameras and motion sensors. Jade barely slept. Every sound made her jump. In the morning, we found all 4 tires on her car slashed. It was parked in the driveway, right under a camera, but again the footage showed nothing useful. Just a hooded figure moving fast, face obscured, knowing exactly where to stand to avoid clear identification. "It's Xander," Jade said. She was standing in the driveway in her pajamas, staring at her ruined tires. "He got out early for good behavior or something. It has to be him. He's still in jail," Rena said gently. "I checked this morning. He doesn't get out for another 14 months. "Then who?" Jade asked. "Dad wouldn't do this. He's too worried about his reputation, but he might pay someone who would," I said. We couldn't prove anything. The police filed another report and said they'd increase patrols in the area, but there was nothing concrete to act on. Jade's car got towed to a shop. She borrowed Rena's spare car and drove to campus for her classes, but she kept looking over her shoulder the whole time she was gone. That afternoon, Jade got pulled out of her biochemistry lecture by a student health counselor. Someone had reported her as an immediate danger to herself. The counselor was kind but firm. They needed to do a welfare check. It was policy. Jade had to sit in an office for 2 hours while a counselor asked her questions, reviewed the fake Instagram account our mother had created, looked at the posts our mother had made about Jade's mental health. Jade showed them everything: the real timeline, the fake texts, the security footage, the police reports from the brick and the slashed tires. The counselor listened to all of it and then said, "I believe you, but I still have to file this properly. Someone reported you and we have to document the follow-up." "Who reported me?" Jade asked. The counselor hesitated. "I can't share that information." But Jade already knew. When she checked her email after the meeting, there was a message from Student Health. A concerned family member had contacted them with screenshots of troubling messages and asked them to perform a wellness check. The email included a phone number for Jade to call if she needed support. Jade called the number. It went to a crisis hotline. She hung up and just sat there in her car, shaking. "They're making me look crazy," she told me that night. "Everyone at school is going to think I'm unstable. My professors are going to think I'm having a breakdown. How am I supposed to finish the semester like this?" "You tell the truth," I said. "Every time. You document everything and you tell the truth." The next morning, our mother showed up at the villa again, not pounding on the door this time, just sitting on the front lawn, cross-legged, rocking back and forth. She was wearing the same clothes from yesterday, her hair unbrushed, mascara smeared down her cheeks. "I'm a good mother," she was saying, over and over like a prayer. "I'm a good mother. I'm a good mother." Jade stood at the window watching her. "What is she doing?" "Performing," Rena said quietly. "Look." She pointed down the street. 2 neighbors were standing on their lawns, watching. One was filming on her phone. Our mother knew exactly where the cameras were, exactly where the property line was. She was sitting 6 inches outside our property, technically on public sidewalk, rocking and crying and repeating, "I'm a good mother," like her heart was breaking. "She's been out there for 20 minutes, Rena's father said. "I called the police, but unless she's threatening someone or blocking the sidewalk, there's nothing they can do." "So we just wait?" I asked. "We document," he said, and held up his phone. He'd been recording the whole time. Our mother stayed there for 3 hours. Neighbors came and went, some stopping to ask if she was okay. She told them her daughter was inside, being held against her will, and she just wanted to bring her baby home. Some of them looked at the house with suspicion. Others walked away quickly, uncomfortable with the scene. Finally, a car pulled up, not the police. 2 women I didn't recognize. They got out and approached our mother carefully, like they were approaching a frightened animal. They spoke to her in low voices. Our mother kept pointing at the house, house, kept crying, kept saying, my baby, my baby. One of the women looked up at the house and I saw her face clearly. Recognition hit me like cold water. Aunt Kelly, our mother's sister. The other woman was her wife. They're here to collect her, I said. But our mother didn't want to be collected. She went limp, forcing them to lift her off the ground. She was still reaching toward the house, toward the window where Jade stood frozen. My baby, our mother screamed as they dragged her toward the car. Please, please, my baby. Jade's hand was pressed against the window. She was crying, silent tears running down her face as she watched our mother's performance. The two women managed to get our mother into the back seat. Aunt Kelly looked up at the house one more time, her face unreadable, and then they drove away. Jade stepped back from the window and turned to me. Her voice came out small and broken. I'm never going back.